is for life. Unboxed.
Has your rupture disc burst? No problem. I'm Philip Filmer from REMBE and I'm a specialist in pressure relief systems. Today I'll show you how to replace a BT IKB rupture disc. However, before we get started, we need to bear in mind a few important safety measures. As there may be sharp edges on open rupture discs, gloves must always be worn here. Depending on the medium, it may be necessary to wear safety glasses. Helmets are mandatory in the indicated areas. In loud environments, hearing protection must be worn. Safety shoes must always be worn when working on plant components. To work on a plant safely, the process must be pressure-free. In addition, it is important to secure the main switch from being switched back on. Before starting work, the corresponding area should be secured. Ruptured discs must only be replaced by qualified employees. Depending on where they are installed, a second person may be required here. Read the corresponding operating manual before starting assembly work. We can now begin dismantling our test installation. Following a quick visual inspection of the holder and flange, the bolts can be loosened. Once the rupture disc and holder are exposed, the complete unit can be removed. The pre-assembly bolts are loosened first. It is then important to inspect the holder very carefully. Deposits and soiling, such as corrosion, can be removed with a simple cleaning agent or with the help of a fine abrasive sponge. The holder geometry should then be inspected for evenness on the gasket surfaces to the flange with the help of a set square or ruler. If the rupture disc holder is in perfect condition, a new rupture disc can now be selected. To do this, let's go into our warehouse. Using the specification on our tag plate, a new rupture disc can now be selected. Nominal diameter, type, burst pressure and temperature are particularly important. Once the right rupture disc has been found, this can be removed carefully. The corresponding operating manual should be read thoroughly beforehand. When removing the ruptured disc, it should, where possible, only be touched on the tag plate or carefully on the outer edge. The complete disc must also be checked for possible transport damage. If this is in perfect condition, it can be inserted into the rupture disc holder. The centering hole in the rupture disc and the centering pin in the holder enable the disc to be installed correctly. The direction arrows on the holder and on the tag plate also indicate the correct installation. To finish, the pre-assembly bolts can be fixed in place again. The rupture disc unit can then be installed. The gaskets should be inspected beforehand. If damage is identified here, this can subsequently cause leaks in the process. However, these ones still look very good. The required torque is based on several elements, and so must be calculated individually. Important factors include the ruptured disc, gasket, flange periphery, and the nature of the bolts. To prevent warping, we will tighten in 3 steps. Tightening in a cross prevents the ruptured disc from tilting during tightening. Once the ruptured disc is mounted, it is once again important to check the flow direction. If everything is in order, the plant can be started up.